What is up, everybody? It is me and Dragonuto. Today is your first match in the Transatlantic Splatoon League Season 2, and yeah, this is going to be probably scuffed, probably very scuffed. I'm just running this from my computer while commentating at the same time, so, you know, it's...
We even have a scuffed cam set up, so
who knows
you guys
how
can
it'll
see our
go.
faces.
But I mean, yeah, you get cams, you know, that's the Ninja guarantee. You get to see
The
what's
Ninja
going
guarantee.
on. We're just going to be setting up the lobby and getting it going in under 8 minutes. In like 8 minutes, we're just waiting for the teams to put together a map list. But yeah, Rift vs Lemonade. So that's our first match in the Transatlantic Splatoon League. For those of you that for some reason don't know what's going on with the Transatlantic Splatoon League, this is going to be the very first match. It's going to be a 5 or 6 week group stage. 5 week, 4 week, 6 week, 6 week, 6 week, 6 week group stage with 5 of the best teams in Europe, 5 of the best teams in America, and the top 2 from each region will meet each other in a top 4 bracket by the end. We're going to have many different Twitch channels holding this and kind of hosting it and taking place. For example, the next one that's going to be happening tomorrow is going to be hosted by K-Bot over at his Twitch channel, where he's going to be joined by 9wholegrain. So, you know, just make sure you follow the TASL Twitter. It's at TASL_spl, you know, like for short Splatoon. Make sure you keep it all updated so we can watch these matches. But the first match today is going to be Rift vs Lemonade. So 2 pretty fresh teams. Are they official teams yet, or are they still pickups? I'm not sure, but yeah, they're definitely fresh teams.
Yeah, they're kind of. I think Lemonade's a pickup. I'm not sure about Rift. Lemonade's like I'm pretty sure they've been playing quite a few tournaments together, but it's with Lemonade themselves. But they're definitely not like a confirmed team yet. I don't think. Rift, I'm closer to that, but. Honestly, again, it's a project. It's always a project. Do top Splatoon players have teams, Matt?
I don't know. I mean, I think the way we go off it nowadays is, do they have a team Twitter? That's probably the only way I can work it out nowadays. They don't have a team Twitter, so they're not a team. Can we go off that? Probably not, to be honest. But, you know, that's what we're going off for now. We'll be waiting on these teams, but I mean, so the players on these teams, people that don't know, because, you know, they are pickups projects, you might not recognize the, you know, names just of the teams. You definitely will, however, recognize the names of the players. So, if we look at Rift, it's going to be Alexei, Urza, Zekken, and Skoze. So, I mean, what do we have to say about these players? Yeah, it's a stacked team.
Yeah, Alexei absolutely cracked on charges, like in a great midline and frontline player. Urza, it's Urza. He's had some. I mean, he's had great moments. He's had bad moments, but he's a really good frontliner. He's consistently been great on that team, and I can't remember the last member, so I'm just gonna go with those 3.
Do you remember Zekken? Skoze. You've got Skoze beforehand as well. Poor Skoze.
Yeah, I forgot Skoze beforehand, even when we were trying to set this up. I mean, I guess that completes my mood about him. I mean, I know he's a great player, and but he's kind of fallen under the radar a lot. Most of his teams have either kind of drown in top 8, so it's like, but he's a quality player. He plays well, and recently he's been playing with a lot of really strong players in some strong tournaments and some not strong tournaments. But yeah, we don't talk about that.
I mean, the question today is he playing in this tournament?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if we look at our Lemonade, then, so, of course you have Rift, and then if you look at Lemonade, you have Nylon, Arm, Law, and Gator. So definitely more the up-and-coming side of players. I'd say Arm's been around for the longest on top teams, playing for El Firmament for a long, long time. But the other 3 are definitely players that have been doing really, really well for a while, but they're definitely kind of your up-and-coming rookies, per se, you know. They're not your Urzas that have been playing Splatoon at the top of the game for 5 years straight, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would argue that NX is probably one of the most known names out of those ones outside of ARM. He's had a lot of high-profile pickups recently. He's been playing in +1 scrims a lot, and he's been doing really well. Gator as well has had quite a showing recently, being one of the first people to get to 2800 with VJet, which is amazing. But like in the other way, don't shake your head, because I know exactly what you're gonna. Oh, VJet's a bad weapon, but you must say that attests to a skill at least some level that he's able to take that to such a high place in solo queue. But outside of that, in scrims, he's a consistently strong backline player. And do you have some words to say about Law?
Law, I think Law's a very strong frontline player. I think he was originally trying to play a lot of the Splash. I'm just going to tell him to let me know in the lobby. I think he was playing a lot of Splash, but recently he's been moving over to the traditional weapons of shop. In lobby. So he's been moving over to a lot of the more traditional weapons. You see like K-shot and stuff like that. You know, because they are what's strong right now. But it definitely was, you know, kind of up and came with the Splash-O-Matic, and potentially we'll see that come back out. I think when we see these teams match up, one big difference we'll see is one big thing that I'm trying to look at is who can secure the early games, right? Because I feel like Lemonade are a team that kind of will able to keep a decent mental throughout, or even if they lose a few games early, will be like, it's Rift, we don't mind losing some games. I feel like Rift, being prolific players, being kind of like the favourites, known as the new EU super team, if they lose a couple of games early, I could see that momentum going heavily against them. I could see players like Nylon's a very high player, he'll take that momentum, he'll go with it, they'll all get hyped up. And I could see players like, for example, Urza, then feeling the opposite, feeling pretty demotivated by those couple of losses. So I think that's a really, really scary thing, is that momentum shift at the start of the round for those teams.
I mean, honestly, I think it's all on Rift's back. If Lemonade get any sort of footing in this match and start to come out in front, I genuinely think that they could take this. They could take this all the way. Even though I say that, I did put Rift as winning in my prediction. I believe you did the same. I believe we went 5-2 each towards Rift, because honestly, I have not an utmost faith, but I know that those players on Rift are incredibly strong. And if they come out of the gate as strong as they usually are, and they manage to just crush the hopes of Lemonade, Lemonade will lose their momentum. They'll slow down. They are again, whilst both being projects or pickups, the team of Lemonade is a lot less christened, I guess, compared to Rift. So the players themselves will have to put in a lot more work to be able to like push back against Rift, and it just comes down to if those Rift members are up to it today.
For sure, and I'd say another thing I want to put on Rift, because I kind of like this term, right? So people talk about like an X factor a team might have. I say for Rift, one of their biggest X factors is the Urza factor, right? Because I feel like Zekken and Skose are both consistently good players, right? They're consistently just like good players. I don't think they can both have pop-off moments and be good, but neither of them, are ever going to completely one-man carry a game. Alexei is consistently he's Alexei, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about Urza is I feel like he can go from having a poor performance one day, he might be playing against, like something like Nautilus and having a frustrating time, but then the next day, he can turn around and look like the best player in the entire world. Like, I think that's the big thing with Urza, is which side of Urza are we going to see come out? Is it going to be the Urza that looks kind of a bit shaky and, not the full Urza? Or is it going to be the Urza that just decides, all right, I really want to win today, so I'm just going to 1v4 every single team fight over and over and over until we win? I feel like which version of Urza you're playing against can have a big factor in how the matches will go.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I also feel like Alexei himself could be another Alexei factor, I guess. Like his sometimes his snipes can completely wreck the course of a game. Like you might be thinking you're going to get a push and he'll get a triple, and it'll destroy all the momentum you had. And then you've got these incredibly consistent members like Zekken who will be able to come in and just capitalize off of that and just lock you out. And on modes like Splat Zones and Tower Control, I think that's going to be heavily on Alexei with the momentum of those games. Again, like you said as well, Urza could be enabling this like crazy. Like if these two get together and they just start bouncing off of each other, the other two more consistent members of the team will be able to just thrive, and it will just be a crush. Like I would put out there that Lemonade might just get rolled, but again, we come down to Lemonade. Like I wouldn't say they have an X factor, but they've definitely got an unpredictable factor about them. They would play something that's more different. They're not going to be playing these typical 2020 comps, I guess. I've seen NX bring out some weird shit in tournaments, and and Gator as well might decide that VJet is today, and he'll bring it out.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Don't say no, he won't. Because if he does now, you're gonna sound really stupid, and I'll just hold it all over your head, and I'll be like, look, VJet, being brought on a big stage like this. But in all seriousness, though, the members, the explosive potential of the members of Lemonade against the more steady, I wouldn't say professional, but like baseline of Rift is going to be an interesting thing. And if Lemonade can disrupt that baseline, the game could just go their way.
Yeah. All right. So we are in the lobby now. We're going to be waiting for this to be getting on a roll. I believe the map list counter-picking format, I'm going to be honest, right? Normally this is where I take you through it. I'm not quite sure. It's a bit weird how it goes, but I can tell you the first 3 maps, I believe. It's looking like we're going to be playing...
He's waiting for the DM.
All right, no. I got it. Okay. Ah, this makes sense now. Okay. So the way the map list goes, right, is match 1, 4, and 7 are decided already, and those maps are...
Oh my god.
TC Manta, Inkblot, and Splat Zones the Reef. And then the teams have already decided which maps are going to be put in. So instead of your traditional counterpick system where it's like, all right, we lost on this, now we're going here, we lost on this, now we're going here, they've already decided which maps they're slotting in. So it's almost like they came together in a nice little cute friendly way and they built the map list together, right? So I'm going to quickly, for my own sake, actually like kind of build the map list like properly. So
Scuff stream.
All right,
So we're bringing you in.
You stole from me.
Yeah, you guys knew what you were coming into here. This is a Matt Ninja stream for TASL with me combined. So like, it's just gonna be us like being stupid the whole time, right? So you know what you're getting here, and we're gonna be commenting on players that we know from Plus 2, like NX, who we're gonna be making fun of. So I hope you understand that. I mean, I'm gonna make fun of him, and we're gonna spend the whole time messing around. I mean, Matt's trying his best to come up with a map list right now. He's writing stuff. This is during the course of the stream. We're 20 minutes in, by the way, waiting for these people to join the lobby, and we're already coming off of like trying our best here to stall. And he's coming up with a map list on the cuff. Like, all right, you can expect from us, you know.
I'm gonna DM you what I think the map list is, Toby. All right?
You think the map list is?
What I think the map list is. I believe they've come together and they've made the map list as Tower Control Manta Maria, Tower Control Piranha Pit, Splat Zones Goby, Clan Blitz Inkblot, Tower Control Shellendorf, TC Mako, Splat Zones Reef, Rainmaker Mako, Clan Blitz Muscle Forge. So we'll be going back over that because that's 9 maps. It is a best of 5 series. But I think one thing that looks pretty interesting. Not much splat zones at all.
That's what I'm thinking.
2 splat zones in 9 games and a lot of tower control. That's really interesting to me.
Yeah, I think that might be better for the for the team of Rift, like with Alexei, if he's going to be able to get that pop off potential. If he's on his roll today, basically, he can be controlling that tower as it flows through. Although Gator himself as well is dangerous. So I think this is a tactical pick because they both want to utilize their charger players, or at least I guess this is tactical. They've chosen these modes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they've chosen that mode. So the agreement on the amount of tower control is probably...
they chose. So one team chose 3 maps, the other team chose the other 3 maps as well as the modes. The ones that were forced, so the forced map ones for repeat's sake, Tower Control Manta Maria, Clan Blitz Inkblot, Splat Zones Reef, they were forced. All the others have been picked.
Okay. So that's only one choice of splat zones.
Yeah, only one choice of splat zones.
That's an interesting thing to see. Maybe we're going to be seeing some different comps then, because normally it's all comps based around a splat zone centric team who's used to playing splat zones. You know.
I think if you think about the playstyle of these teams, they're kind of how do I put it in the nicest way possible? Unga bunga, we like to kill things. I like, if you think about it in that sense, they might prefer playing tower control, where they can hold forwards and they can just kind of try and go on a tear and just shoot a lot of things over and over. Whereas like zones might favour a team more like the usual guys that we'll see later on, or Radiance, where they'll play more intelligently, they'll play more around the zone, and they'll kind of like build these comps around that. I can see these teams just wanting to hold forwards a lot of the time and, you know, shoot a lot of things. I think, you know, I was writing some context to my predictions earlier. No, it was for the predictions for tomorrow, and I said one thing that I think Freeze has is sometimes they're just good at holding forwards and shooting things, and they're really good at shooting things. See, that's like the best way to describe it. They're just good at shooting things. Like, a lot of these teams are smart and do this and that. Freeze is just good at shooting things.
I mean, look, I feel like that's a lot of top teams. People always say that's all they do, right? And I'm gonna make a counterpoint here. They say all these top teams, all they do is WM1. It's not about that makes them good. They can do that, and they're very consistent with it. But it's the way that they recover themselves. And honestly, this is one of the key differences I see between Rift and Lemonade. I'm looking at Rift, and I'm seeing a team that is used to recovering with this composition, with this group, and know how to come back from a full wipe or from a down situation. Whereas Lemonade is going to be more of a scrappy, like looking for trades, looking to create an advantage team. So we're going to see something that's a bit more like set play compared to something that's a bit more like a +2 scrim. So I think it'll be an interesting thing to see.
All right, we have all the players in the lobby. They're kind of on the team selection screen, about to press A for the 90-second countdown. So, you know, a little bit delayed, but I mean, come on. Did you think it wouldn't be delayed? It's like 2+2 pickups. Of course, it's gonna be a while before it starts. Okay, yeah, it's going to the 90-second countdown screen. So just a little bit more time. The teams have to select their weapons. I mean, come on, they should have a good idea of it by now. We've been waiting this long, but so yeah, I mean, tower control. So tower control Manta Maria. Let's go on to this map. What do you think we might see these players pull out?
Well, charges both sides most likely. This is a great map, has some great sight lines on it. Control of that top mid is going to be important, so I'm expecting some form of long range shooter, maybe a Naught coming out from. I mean, I was going to say Nylon, but I doubt he's going to bring that out.
Nylon doesn't play the Naught. Definitely
I mean,
Machine.
he might.
I think Machine's great here. I definitely think we should do the Machine.
Yeah, definitely for the bunkers. Putting that pressure on bunker is going to be great for him. So I'm expecting a lot of mid range weapons. I'm not expecting a lot of juniors outside of Arm. So we'll see how that goes. Right. As we actually are getting into it.
We're finally getting into the gameplay, guys. This is going to be it. Transatlantic Splatoon League Season 2 Match 1. Let's hope for no DCs. We're going to see Rift and Lemonade. I didn't turn the colour lock on, so ignore bottom left, but it's alright. So yeah, Nylon on the Machine. I'm using the custom jet squelcher coming out from Gator, though. No charger.
Interesting choice. Maybe both sides, in fact, using custom jet squelcher. Maybe wanting to use that Stingray spam a bit more effectively on tower control. It's a lot more effective at getting early Stingrays compared to a charger. So as you can see, both teams have gone for that early raid, and there are going to be early raids coming out from both sides. It's armor popped as well from Arm, so it's going to be a bit more defensive. Stingrays. Well, what can you see? He gets the one, but it is a 2-down situation for Rift right now. So Rift with the early advantage.
Stingray was in the early game. Most of Lemonade's go down. It's just going to be Gator now, 4-5 storms. And yeah, this is going to be a really good situation for Rift start. They already popped the armor to get an extra shot.
Interesting start, and already first checkpoint. So this is already looking like a great start from Rift. This is exactly what we expected them to see. Some set play. We can see Skoze has the inkjet. He's going to pop that. He wants to stop Tower being pushed out. They got the counter ray out as well. That's 3 down already on Lemonade. It's just Nylon to defend the tower. He does get 1, but he's being pushed off now, and that's going to be that. So that's another checkpoint down already. We're only a minute into the game, and already Rift are looking incredibly strong. Yeah,
this is clean mode now. This is looking like a strong version of Rift today, and Nylon's right on the side right now with Arm. They need to find a way back to tower, but they're so far away, and they're slowing them out. There's no way they can get back in time. Alexis on tower, and Laura's stopping at 1 point. I don't really think that's going to do much. Zephyr's already back on tower. They're moving forward, and that's it. That's it. Game 1 going in the favor of Rift, and wow, that wasn't exactly slow. Why is,
no, it was a roll.
Why is my 1 the wrong way? On my other screen, the 1 was the wrong way around.
Scuff stream only at Ninja. Amazing. That's what I expect here. Look, he's doing it as fast as he can.
Why is the 1 the wrong way around? Do you see this?
Oh, this is brilliant. This is what I expect out of TASL Season 2, Week 1, first game EU.
Alright, let's ignore the one. Let's ignore the one and move on, because that was okay. Let's not just think about the ones, because that was a game we need to talk about. Something big just happened there, and by big I mean Lemonade just got crushed. Lemonade, in the palm of Rift's hands, they took that game apart. They won the early Stingray roll, and after that happened, you just saw Lemonade start to crumble. The players never really found their place to kind of come back together and find their way back into the lobby. You just kind of saw them falling apart, and yeah, they've really struggled to get back in. We're gonna see the one down there.
Scuffed one. Leave it, man. Come on.
I'll fix it. It's fine. It's fine, guys.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It's been scuffed, but let's focus on this game. We're gonna see us actually part the Rapid Deco now. That's the Inkjet Rapid, and pretty much the similar comp from, very different comp from Lemonade. They're going to put Gator on the double armor comp now with a junior, no backfire around them.
Saying if they know they're going to get crushed by rays, then they may as well double up on the armor, or at least I think that was the assumption there. Already they have the tower moving, so it's an early start from Lemonade. They want to hit back. They're trading out. They've managed to get 2 down, but it's 2v2, 1v. Okay, look, it's Lemonade. They have the tower. They have already had the tower back. Law's left alone in the middle, and he's struggling right now to stop them from coming out.
Law left alone in the middle, but it does actually take out Urza, which is really interesting. And armor is not quite much right, which we're seeing Gator going down. Nylon right now can't take out, but he does unfortunately end up moving back towards the tower. It goes right now to pushing up and trying to find some space, but unfortunately, Nebulous this will have to backwards to the flank to say well. That's just Skoze now finding the top it's really hard to find value if they don't take out Skoze.
Oh, that was a good pick there. They're taking out Skoze, and it's an opportunity now. Again, for Lemonade, this is a complete flip from the last game, as the rest of Rift do go down or on the respawn. Zek caught out, but does manage to jump out. Huge jump there. Nylon now with the pressure on that with that machine. He's got his splash down. He can deny anybody from pushing in at the moment. and it's looking like Lemonade are gonna get to potentially to that second checkpoint if they can just get one more pick here. Tower moving forward quite consistently as Law pops his jet, but doesn't really get any value out of it.
And this is supposed to be the Rift counter pick, but it's really not looking like it. Lemonade's looking strong so far, and they do unfortunately lose weight. Caster's curse, but Nylon with a nice pick ending that out does actually stop. That's actually very, very big because you take down that armor charge from 25 to 14. So, you know, you're resetting that armor charge, even though the rest of Rift do have that special, that's very, very nice. Considering your Juliet is going to have his armor very soon. Start moving in that, but you need to deny this double inkjet that's going to come from Rift.
Yeah, I'm expecting double inkjet armor. You can see that armor number going up really fast. Yeah, he pops it instantly. So there's a double inkjet armor here. It's going to be a lot of, well, a single inkjet armor. It's going to be a lot of pressure, and it's going to be Rift's chance here to push forward. They get 2 picks, so it's going to be a start. Oh, but they do lose the junior again, and that's going to slow down the push. If Lemonade can scarp her and get back in on time, yeah, and they are able to get a couple more, and they've slowed that push. And Rift not with an opportunity to get away with it there, even after expending the armor and the inkjet.
And armor and inkjet is expendable. Will now leave that Lexite alone, but it's only Gator left alive. Yes, he does have the armor, but he might not have it for long if he does go down. He actually pops it to stay alive and gives it to his teammate. Does have very nice armor, actually, as the team will be able to move in on with that. Gator right now will be forced back due to the bomb, and actually not much value finding the armor, but it does at least keep his team alive in mid. But not for long. Instantly, Rift coming out back in and finding 3. This is looking really, really scary for Lemonade if they can't stop this.
Yeah, but so far how it's been is it's just been Rift trying to push that tower and not getting it past very far at all as the picks from Lemonade come out to slow them down. This is an opportunity now though. They have the armor, they have the double inkjet, and they are very close to that ray. So it's gonna be a big push hopefully out from them. They pop that ray. Nylon in a rough position here, not really able to do much. The inkjet, oh, it doesn't even matter. Taken out by the rapid before the inkjet even pops. The inkjet comes out from Urza. It's more pressure. 3 down on the side of Lemonade, and it's an opportunity for Rift here to take the lead.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity for Rift to take the lead, but there are 3 members alive, but that other armor's going to make it so hard. Urza right now controls so much space with that rapid. Like, you just see, like, you can't approach it, really. And he's just doing damage over and over. They will try and find their way in, and they eventually do find their way towards tower. No one going down on each side yet as another armor comes through. These armors have been so crucial to keep Lemonade alive in these last 2 efforts and get them back into tower as they swoop through and take out 3. Only Second left alive. Almost with an armor ready, though, so Rift will be able to come back through.
Yeah, but I mean, this is what we've just been seeing. Maybe the switch up here from the armor was the right call. It's just been denying Urza, I think, a little bit too much and putting a lot of pressure on Rift to be able to take out the enemy quick, fast, and just keeping it done. But they're only getting picks really staggered, and Lemonade have been managing to come back in and get those picks back. It's another opportunity. They have the double inkjet, they have the armor, they have the Stingray. They are almost ready to push in again, and they just need to start getting the picks. One go down on the side of Lemonade, Urza with an opportunity. Another goes down on the side of Lemonade, but it's a trade out for Skoze. It's just Gator left alive now, so it's again another opportunity for Rift. There's only 2 of them up, and I don't know if they'll be able to convert off of it.
The ice inkjet from Urza combined with the Stingray will be able to find some picks here. 1 is taken out, and Gator dropping too early does get taken out. I feel like Lemonade, we just seen them panicking all game, and so far their panicking's paid off. They've been able to get through and stop the tower, but if they keep this up, it's getting dangerously close. Another armor inkjet online right now is going to be so scary as Nylon goes down immediately. Second on tower goes down too, but it does leave the members of Lemonade stranded across the map as the lead goes close. That inkjet collateral from Skoze. Urza's throwing out Gator, and the tower going down. Only 2 more push remaining. Gator's not going to stop it. That is the lead game for Rift in the last 15 seconds.
Well, I mean, honestly, from Lemonade, that was a really good job stopping them, but Rift have been able to just pull this out. They're going to have to pull a miracle out the bag as 2 go down on the side of Lemonade, and Rift are just going to have that tower a little bit further. They managed to get back on the tower, though, so it's an opportunity, but it's a scary opportunity at that, because I don't know if you can see it, but there's a Stingray on the line there, waiting to just crush the hopes, and yeah, it pops. Nylon with a good kill there, manages to stop the tower cap, gets a splashdown off, insane, and it's an opportunity still to push the tower.
It's an opportunity to push the tower, but not if Second catches you out like that. There's only 2 people left alive. It's going to be a monster play from Arm and Law are going to need to happen, but it potentially happens. The inkjet comes out. 2 people are down on the side of Rift. It's absolutely massive. Armor has the armor ready, and he used it, but Law goes down. This could be absolutely terrifying unless they're able to find some crazy value here. Arm right now, stranded left alone, and the tower's left alone. Don't let them touch it. They get back on tower, but the armor doesn't come through, and Rift will stop it in the last few seconds, making this a 2-0 lead for them. And wow, that was a close game, but I think some interesting things happened there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it went. I genuinely thought Lemonade had just come out and just said, "Look, double armor, man. We're just gonna do what we can do." And they did what they could do, and they put that pressure on, and that they showed that they aren't gonna get rolled like they were on Manta. And I mean, honestly, I could just say, look, they might just talk to themselves when they finish that Manta game and gone, look, first game of the day, still warming up, and then they come into this and just say, okay, maybe not, and put so much pressure on Rift after I mean, a disgusting show on the first map. I mean, what did you see? What did you see?
I think my big problem with how Lemonade played is they got a really, really nice lead. They played really convincingly at the start of the game. I really, really liked the momentum that was going on. The problem is I feel like every single defense, and I think this is what we saw on Manta Maria, except the only difference is Rift capitalized off it much, much better. What we saw is we just saw them holding forward and rushing to tower over and over and over. We see people die to staggers. We see people dying alone, and it happened way too often. The side of Lemonade need to find a way to, they need to find a more organized way to move towards the tower. You don't want to let them get too many points, that's true, but throwing yourself at tower doesn't help, and I think that's really, really what kind of ended up shutting them down there in the last few seconds, and that's what ended up happening when Rift ended up clutching it, because there was no one there to contest because people went alone. But now it's going to be Splatstones on Goby Arena, so very different story as we see Alexei and Gator pull out the E-liter.
I mean, I've been seeing this a lot in scrims recently. It seems to be the new meta, I guess, on Goby, using that long range to capitalize on that wide open area in the middle of the map. Honestly, the comps wise, I think this favors Lemonade, and I'm hoping that Lemonade are able to get this pick. They need to slow down the momentum on the side of Rift here, and don't let them run away with it.
Yeah, they can't let them get the momentum. But right now the momentum might be got as Nylon does get taken out early. It's only a 3v4, and you see Rift just moving as a unit. There's like 3 shooters just moving up together, and yeah, one does get taken out, but it doesn't really matter anymore. Only Gator left alive, and oh, he went too far. Nice accuracy from Urza. That was really, really clean aim, punishing Gator. You know, Gator was probably planning to move back to a few shots, but if you get aim like that, then you're not going to be living for long.
Yeah, that was a huge pick from Urza now. Rift setting up. They're not being very aggressive. They're staying quite central here. I don't think they want to take any risks with that E-liter walking around. I mean, understandably, Urza barely getting away from the shot there. Bit of a lucky miss. One goes down on either side. That's a DC.
A DC will come out. I don't know the rule set. And it will look like Lemonade stops the fight. So okay. I'm gonna just take us both to camps because we don't really know what's going on here. We'll stop the squid. I'm not sure if we'll update the score or not, so I'm going to have a look at the Plus server channel and just kind of see
look at the rules.
What's going on.
Wait, we got K-Bot in the chat. K-Bot.
Look, I don't know the rule set the entire time.
Scuffed stream.
Scuffed stream, indeed. But I mean, the Urza, the opening, it still looked good for Rift. I mean, the Urza looked good for Rift. The Urza's been looking good for Rift all day, I've got to say. I really, really like the performance we've been seeing from him so far. So hopefully we can see that continued, and we're going to see... yeah, actually, no, K-Bot doesn't know the rules either. I don't think like any of us know the rules at all. So
oh, shit. Okay.
None of us know the rules.
All right.
And they're going to the map might be... It looks like they're moving on to the next map.
I think K-Bot sent you some messages.
Moving on to the next map. Alright, so I'm going to update that as a 3-0 now.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay, well...
Alright.
I mean, honestly, it was looking that way anyway.
Yeah, it was looking that way anyway. But that's got to hurt if you're Lemonade. That's really got to hurt if you're Lemonade, knowing that you potentially had a chance that game. And now being set back into a 3-0 position. You need to make a really, really crazy comeback kind of for this game to go back into your favor. Because... right now, it's not looking too hot for them, you know? They've put down into a 3-0 situation. They're in a best of 9, so, you know, they can bring this back, but they need to win 5 games. They need to win 5 games out of the remaining 6. So they can only have one game's worth of space. What adaptations do you want to see from them now? Going into Clan Blitz on Inkblot Academy?
I mean, actually pulling their team together, if I'm quite honest. Not in a rude way, I just feel like at this point, they no, I mean, look, okay, all right, in a rude way then. Look, they're not playing very well. They're not bad players, and the individual skill shows. There's a reason that they were doing so well on TC. There was a reason they weren't crumbling in that second match as bad as they were in the first. It's because they brought together. They have that skill. They're good players. But I just want to see them to, you know, completely do that and convert off of some of the picks that they get.
we're going to be seeing a similar kind of aggressive variant of the comp on the map that they did so well on the second map. But this time with the Nords instead of the double armor. I like this adaptation. What about you?
I'm interested. Like the Nort, people talk about if you want to beat Urza, you bring out the Nort, right? So we'll see if that'll help them out. And so far, it's looking decent. They have mid control already over Rift, so a little bit of a clam blitz moment here as they push in already without enough clams really to get any further. So backing off a little bit, I think they're gonna no. Okay, they pop the inkjet, they get a pick.
But this looks like a classic Urza moment. He's just sitting behind them right now, holding ZL, and he will most likely get an inkjet landing jump. He does, but now he's going to be cooled up. People would be looking at him, but they're scoring. It doesn't matter. Urza gets the 1 kill behind them, but that's so little value compared to the amount of time he wasted. He does now pull them back with the inkjet, but he allows the enemy team to score, and they still have fairly good control of mid, but it does look like Lemonade kind of gave it up there. I feel like they could have kept mid, if I'm not wrong. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think it was a clam scarper. They were going for more clams, and they just let Rift push back out. But that doesn't really matter because Rift have been pushed straight back into spawn. They do get the pick on Law. Nylon gets off another splashdown incredibly, and Skoze pops the inkjet. A little bit blocked out by the tree, and it's looking like his jump's about to get called out. So not too lucky. Wait, he's living?
I mean, he does go down, but the problem is, since that took so long, Arm got punished, and now it's an even trade. Off what should have been, just a clean, we go in, we get out, it's now a trade, and that's given Rift the advantage. They have control back of the mid, but it's now back into the previous situation. We're seeing a really, really scrappy game so far. I feel like neither team has really kind of pulled together any sort of coordination, and we need to see that happen going forwards.
The armor does pop on the side of Lemonade, so they're looking to make something happen already. That doesn't work because 2 of them go down. So now it's Rift's opportunity. The Stingray comes out. Nylon with a great trade there, denying some of the frontwards pressure that Rift can pull out as the rest of Lemonade do respawn. Hopefully going to be able to stop the attempt at that push. Law does go down though, which is a really big pick from Alexei, and they are going to be able to push in and get the power. Oh, I thought you missed then. I'm not going to lie.
He didn't get a power climb in, and they do have. I was going to say, the difference is they have clams this time, but it doesn't matter. All of them go down. Zakin did have 8, but he just goes down. And yep, that's going to be Lemonade still in the lead of the game, and it could go back and forth, but Lemonade really need to kind of keep their control this time. They can't just lose mid. They can't just, push with very, very little clams. They get distracted by Urza on mid. They need to get a strong push, but this could be Urza Skozy on the right side, trying to go for a flank, but they didn't find the value. That could be 1 form going down. It will be 1 power clam scored. Gator moving it forward for Nylon. That's really, really nice actually because Zeklon's distracted on the side, and that will put it down to 50. That's a nice point for Lemonade as now Urza's going to move in, and he does find 2, which will allow Rift to retake control, but really, really good push from Lemonade.
Yeah, actually manages to get a decent push in, and their coordination is looking way better in this game. So it's definitely been coming out. However, it's those last couple seconds that I'm worried about, because what happened in that TC match was they were having control for such a long period of time, and they just gave it all up at the end. Skoze pops the inkjet. He's looking to make something happen. This double inkjet coming out. Skoze and Urza putting a load of pressure on the plat. Manages to take out 1. Looking for a second. Doesn't quite get it, but they have the clams. They have the opportunity, and they need to push in now and make something happen.
And that's what we're going to be doing with a Stingray too, but unfortunately they just all go down. It's only Alexei left alive, and he's stuck in Stingray, so if he gets rushed down and taken out, this is going to be really, really bad with staggered spawns from Rift. Alexei, though, still alive right now, picking up clams, and 1 actually does go down, so really, really nice from Alexei staying alive, and helping his team get a pick will allow Rift to go back in, and I'm really liking the special coordination we've seen from Rift so far, right? They're using specials at the same time as each other, they're getting some value, but I feel like they're using their specials too early, to the point where, when they need to be scoring, they have nothing to fend off the enemy team.
Definitely. Although, to be honest, they've got this coordination with the specials, but they don't have the coordination with the pushes. They do manage to get another clam in, but it's a slapdash attempt. Although, Nylon does go down, Zekin's already in. It's Law versus 2. He needs to get some value off of this. He falls off the plat, so that's going to be the lead going straight to Rift. They get another clam in. That's down to 18. They have only 1 more clam on their person, but 15-point score is incredible as the rest of Lemonade do come back in. Skoze? What? Skoze? Wait.
Oh, no!
My God, what a choke! God, what was going on? The Gator had that. He had the plat locked down, and he just let Skoze walk straight in.
Like, I don't know, man. That's gotta hurt Lemonade. Because that game...
Lemonade controlled that game.
Yeah, Lemonade were in full control of the game. It really looked like they were doing well, and it really looked like, they were going to be able to finally get some footing in this series. It looked like they were going to stop this from being a 3-0, sorry, a 5-0. It looked like they were going to find their footing and maybe swing the momentum a bit. And then all of a sudden they just crumble. It's the same story over and over. They don't look bad. It looks like they have some footing in the game, and then they just crumble at a moment's notice. And then you have a player like Skoza just walking in unnoticed, uncontested, just ending the game when it could be extended and potentially turned around again. And this has got to hurt if you're Lemonade now. You're down 4-0 in a best of 9 series. Reverse sweeping in a best of in like a best of 5. It's hard, but it's doable. Reverse sweeping a best of 7. It's really hard, but it happens. Reverse sweeping in a best of 9 series, winning 5 games in a row. It happens. Of course, it can happen, but it's going to be so hard.
Yeah, that's going to be something. They're going to have to pull something out of the bag. And we're going back to TC, I believe. So, TC on Shellendorf. So, they were looking good on Piranha Pit. They weren't looking good on Manta Maria. We're going on to Shellendorf. This is quite a backline important map. It's if Gator, if they choose to go backline, obviously, but if Gator can match up against Lexi, here on the glass, I think that's incredibly important for them. They need to be able to convert off of that. I don't doubt their ability on tower control, but as they showed us in the Piranha Pit game, they were doing really well. It is honestly about that control. If they slip, Rift have just been finding their way in. Like it might take the whole game, but once they find their way in, they just crumble. Lemonade are just like one after another walking in like lemmings, and it's just not working out for them. They need to come back together and have that early game cohesion that they were bringing, and if that's not happening, then this is just going to go to a 5-0.
Yeah. And you really don't want to go to a 5-0 in your first match of TASL. You want to kind of like be able to show that you're a team that can stand up for yourself. Because I think if you look at the way they've been playing in some of these games, they don't look like a team that should get 5-0'd, right? I definitely don't think so, because getting 5-0'd, as hard as a reverse sweep is, getting 5-0'd, that hurts. Not picking up a single map after 5, that can really, really hurt your team. But I think that Lemonade have looked good in some parts of the series. They just kind of have moments in the game where the enemy team's pushing, they put on a lot of pressure, and they just start panicking. They don't want to lose the lead, they don't want to lose their momentum, so they just try and run in and make a hero play. And the problem is if you're not like some sort of super warlord gaming star, then all you do. All right, if you're me or Dragonuto, past UK champions, then I mean.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've even got
exactly.
And everything. We've got our uniform on.
Yeah, dripped out. Yeah,
we got the drip. We're boys.
Okay.
we got what we need.
I was making a point too, but I mean, the point is, right? If you're unable to make that crazy play, then it will just end up putting your team at a disadvantage, and that only hurts you. It's better just maybe let them get a little lead, let them get a part of the lead, let them get some control, so then you can regroup, you can get your specials, and then you can just kind of come back with a consistent way of getting back in, rather than just maybe getting back in. I think especially if you look at that Clanblitz game, right? I feel like if they didn't drop and try and take the scrappy fight, which they did almost win that kind of scrappy fight there, but they were kind of running one by one. They almost did bring it out, and that's what I'm saying. It can work. But the point is they didn't. They allowed Urza to then jump in, and he scored the clam. If they gave them a few more mini clams, they waited, and then they denied that clam jump, completely different game, completely different story. They're down 10 points, and they're not down 40 points into a knockout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing, and I mean, honestly, like they just need to bring it up together. That's all it is. It's like they're playing the game. They're carrying their bowl of spaghetti all the way to the goal, right? And then they just fucking throw it on the floor right when they get to the end of it, and that's it. They just make that choice and just blow it all away because they think they can get a little bit of extra pasta sauce, And it's like they want the clips of Twitter. They want their Twitter clips. They want to bring it out, and they just haven't been able to do it. And it's these hero plays. This is something that Rift are managing to do, but they're doing it with their team's support. Like if you send Urza in alone, like sure he's had his moments where he's just been sharking behind the whole team doing nothing, but like he has his team support most of the time, and that's why he can get the triples.
It does look like what's happened. From what I'm reading, is that Zekan's father has restarted the internet router. So, Netflix was being a bit slow. They need to watch, I don't know, what's hot on Netflix right now. I've not been keeping up to date. But, they need to watch whatever they're watching, and they're restarting the router. So, Zekan will be taking a few.
I think what's hot right now is American Barbecue Lords or something like that. It's like an American version of Great British Bake Off. So, obviously, it's worse, but,
American Barbecue. I swear, like, one of the appeals of Great British Bake Off, that everyone's baking and not just cooking, like, meat or whatever. Like, American barbecue.
Yeah, no, it's it's really stupid. They have a bunch of guys and girls with grills, and they have them making meat for like 6 hours, and then they taste the meat and say, tastes like meat. It's the most American bullshit I've ever seen.
All right, well, on that note, let's move into the game. It's a 4-0 lead for Rift, and we're going on to Tower Control Shellendorf. Let's see if American barbecue dads will potentially distract Zach into losing.
Look. Everybody makes fun of British people. We can make fun of Americans too. So it's going to be a no backline coming out from Lemonade, which is an interesting choice. Maybe choosing to completely avoid Zekken on this thing. Doesn't want to get pressured by him at all. That doesn't work out because Zekken gets the opening pick already. Skoze is on a flank looking for a nut. That's 2 down already, and that's Glass already in control of Skoze.
This is classic Rift aggression, and this is not looking good for your first game in the the reverse sweep that you need to make. Nylon right now is on the flank, but he just caught out. He's not able to do anything over there, and he's currently not finding value. And he does get taken out as well. Nylon right there, not being able to find anything or get anything done, will actually allow Rift to get such a big opening here, unless Armor decides to do anything. But no, Urza does take him out. Law going down too. It's only Gator left alone with the Junior. Nylon's going to try and come support him, but Skoze with the Inkjet is going to be able to ward him off for a bit. But no, Skoze will get taken out, and Lemonade are going to need to go back in together now. They're going to need to wait for Arm's armor though beforehand.
Yeah, Zekken pushed up there. Nylon here trying to take the duel, does manage to take him out. The armor does go off though, so it's huge here if Lemonade can take them out. They do get 2. They need to get another couple, and then they can make an opportunity. Nobody's gone down yet on their side. They need to start basically. They haven't made any progress, and that's not gonna help if they get taken out like that. All 3 members, and now a leg size in the bottom, and that's a full wipe for Rift, and Rift just have advantage again.
That's going to hurt. That's really going to hurt. And now that's 4 specials to Rift. Urza pops the early. They pop all 4 specials. They need 5 value in these specials, don't get me wrong. If Lemonade are able to kite these and get out, this would be huge. 4 specials used, and actually no Lemonade goes down, so that's really, really good for them. Zekken gets taken out, in fact, and Lemonade can start moving forwards. But unfortunately, Arm does go down. This is going to be the armor coming through, but Law getting caught out all alone. What is he doing over there? And now Nylon is just caught out. He doesn't have anyone with him. Skoze walks forwards, and they do start cleaning up the members of Lemonade. That was a really big panic, once again. That was such a good opportunity to go in, but they just dropped their spaghetti all over the floor.
They don't want the spaghetti, and Rift do. That's 3 down though on the side of Rift. Again, another opportunity for Lemonade. They need to push in. They need to get control. And if Nylon loses that duel with Zekken, and now Zekken's got okay. It's a trade, but that's huge. Like you can't lose one of your main frontliners when you want to make a push, and the armor that Gator and Arm are holding onto isn't going to get much for them if they don't have that main Slayer. And Gator gets taken down anyway, so he doesn't even get to use the armor. And so does Arm, so they don't even get to use the armor. And it's another opportunity for Rift.
Once again, Rift have 4 specials. Skoze does pop the Inkjet early. If he doesn't find value out of this could be very, very nice opportunity for Lemonade. I don't think it matters too much. They force 2 people over the left. They get this thing right, they take out 2. There's only 2 people left on Lemonade. Gator left on the side of gets taken out 2. There's only Law left alive, getting down to 30 points remaining. No specials on either side, but all the control, and Alexei gets another snipe. Arm and Gator are going to try and get back into tower, but Zekken and Skoze won't allow it. 5 points remaining, Zekken's on tower, no one contesting, and that's going to be it. The 5-0 sweep coming out from Rift, and...
By the way, GG's, it was close though.
Yeah, 5-0, but it was close though. I'm going to put it back onto this because I'm Scott and people want to see scoreboards. But, I mean, that's got to hurt, you know? I think that... Lemonade showed signs of strength in that game. You know, in their first TASL set, they showed signs of strength, but they panicked and they fell apart in places they really didn't need to. And they ended up just crumbling in situations that they shouldn't have, frankly. And then Rift just capitalized off of that. And Rift, on the other hand, had that better special coordination. I preferred, the style of their team comp as well. I will say one thing we didn't really touch on is team comps. I much preferred that style of team comp compared to, like, the junior Zap kind of thing, right? Especially with when you look at the specials, because you have some really, really nice combinations when you're pushing with your specials. And they were just able to find much more value than Lemonade were. And that's going to be them taking the first set of TASL 5-0. And, yeah, they're going to leave a big impression on people going into the upcoming weeks.
I mean, people have high hopes for Rift right now. People did not have high hopes for Lemonade. They thought they were going to be the bottom scorers. And honestly, they didn't look too bad. They didn't look terrible. If they put some practice hours in and get some scrims and try different modes and just work on that teamwork, because individually, great players. We saw that. They had some good trades. They had some great moments. It was awesome, right? But the teamwork just wasn't there. Like I can count on my hand the amount. Like I can't count on my hand the amount of times I saw Nylon and Law just go in when an armor isn't fully off and get taken out, or Gator and Arm getting caught out with an armor, or just all of those things. And you could say that it's Rift just being really strong and a hard opponent. But honestly, I feel like some of it comes down to the fact that that Lemonade aren't ready. They're not a team yet. They're close, but they're not a team yet. They haven't got the team play.
I think that's a good way of putting it, right? Because it's not that Lemonade are bad, right? It's definitely not that Lemonade are bad at all. I'd say it's that, as you said, Lemonade, it feels like they're not quite ready. It feels like you give them maybe 2 weeks into the league, they could start looking pretty strong, and they could start taking these games. But that might be too late. You know, you need to come second out of Europe to make the playoffs. So starting your season off like this is not a good look. But you know, again, it's not that they're bad. It's as you said. I really like that phrase. They're not ready yet. I feel like they work out a few more things with their team comp, a few more things with team coordination, and they could be really, really strong. And they could start taking some games. They could start taking sets off some of these teams because they look. It looks like they're that little bit close off, but unfortunately not close enough. And that's gonna be Rift making it 5-0.
Honestly, there was 2 games there that I thought they were going to win, and it was going to be a 5-2, and we were going to be able to get away with it and say, "Look,
yeah, our Preds,
we're gods at predicting." We knew, but I mean,
they could have taken Clan.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. It was interesting. But like, I feel like Rift kind of showed that they were a consistent team. Like, we're talking about Lemonade being like falling at the mark here, but really the story here is on Rift. Rift are the ones that took this 5-0. They look strong. They look cohesive. They look like a team that's going to go well. They look like they're working well together. Their comps look well thought out. They've got great synergy, and it's just they need to now be able to carry this through to the next couple of weeks of TASL and manage to take out the other really strong teams that are going to be playing.
Right. So I think that's been kind of the summary for today. It wasn't close. If you missed it, make sure and go back, check out the games. We're going to be uploading them to a TASL YouTube channel. Please keep up to date with TASL on Twitter. It's going to be TASL_split. So, you know, just shorthand for Splatoon. Make sure you keep up to date with that. The next match is going to be tomorrow. Not sure what time, but keep up to date with the Twitter, and that's going to be on Kbot's channel with Kbot and 9HellGrains. So, you know, a lot less scuffed than from my point of view that we've seen today, and definitely a close game. I'm hyped for that one. I think it's going to be close.
Scuffed British streams. That's what. Yeah, it's going to be a really close game. And I'm looking forward to watching that one. I'm gonna tune in. I don't know about you. My money's on Freeze. I still think Usual Guys is a good team. I think it's going to be a really close match. We might actually get a full game, 9 games. I think out of those guys. So I'm looking forward to that one. But we're glad we managed to bring you through with this match at least, however short it may have been.
Yeah. So thanks so much for keeping up with this, guys. Make sure to follow TASL on Twitter and check out the upcoming games. But I think that's going to be all for me and Dragonuto today. Make sure to check us both out, especially me and not Dragonuto. You know, you can do whatever you want. Go for it.
Come on, like, I even have my wait, wrong shoulder. I even have my Twitch thing in the background.
No one can see it.
No one can see it. Look, twitch.tv/Dragonuto. It's not that hard. Look, it's the same as my at. I'm lucky here. I've got a great name. It's super easy to see. You can catch me streaming Among Us and this Splatoon. Right. So we'll see. That's gonna be all. But thanks very much, guys. I'm gonna head off now. It's been Ninja _ and Dragonuto, and we're gonna be heading off. So thanks so much and goodbye. Bye. No.